app, Restream. It's been so easy to go online and live talking to you, even when I have face injuries like this. By the way, don't worry. Restream is not financing me or anything. I have no financial or any other connection with them. It's just that I'm so grateful that they made this possible where I can stream live in different channels. Anyway, so the reason why I wanted to do a very quick live today is the revelation that I thought of after listening to so many coaching of other amazing coaches and doing a lot of coaching on my own brain. I've realized something that I thought would be useful for you all as well, which is how we might be agreeing to things that we don't even think that we're agreeing to it. I mean, how crazy is that? We may not even be aware that we are agreeing to things, um, which I will explain in a minute. So, imagine a situation where we create results in our lives, whatever the goal is that we achieve, or whatever the career, or whatever the goal, whatever the result that we're achieving in life. If we like them, we are likely to attribute it to our own success, to our own making, right? So we're likely to say things like, well, I'm glad I made this happen, or I'm glad thanks to these people I made this happen, or whatever it is. Somehow we take ownership or responsibility, or we feel like we've created it. Now, imagine a result that we don't like that is uh, in our lives, like, I don't know, something we don't like at work, or something in our relationships that we don't like, whatever it is, the result that we're getting, or the goal that we're not maybe setting, but still the result that we're getting, we don't like, we tend to attribute it to, well, this is how it happened, right? So I'm not talking about accidents or circumstantial things, but I'm talking about things in our own lives, like um, whatever we didn't achieve, or we are I don't know, we keep suffering in the workplace, or we keep suffering in our relationships, whatever it is, that we continue experiencing the result that we don't really like. And we tend to attribute it to, well, this is how things are. Life sucks, and nothing or not much can be done about it, basically. So we tend to say that. And in those moments, we're unlikely to take responsibility, as I said. In other words, we're unlikely to say that we are creating that result. I think because it's very painful, and also we don't really want to um, take responsibility for it, or we think that we cannot change anything. Um, this is how things are, and then we just continue being powerless. Now, if you're having that type of experience in your life, think of it this way and see what happens for you, because I have thought about it this way for myself, and the result is so life changing, I would say. So whenever this type of result is happening in my life that I don't like, so the way that I'm coaching myself is, why am I agreeing to this? Right? And the reason why it's powerful is because if I ask any other question, my brain starts defending or saying things like, well, there's not much I can do about it, or because of this has happened, or because of that. And I start explaining things and all the things of why that happened. Right? And when I'm asking the question of why am I agreeing to this, I'm not really necessarily asking why it happened, because I'm just accepting things the way it is and saying, okay, this is what happened, right? This is what happened. Now what we're going to do. And why am I agreeing to this result being this now? So I'm no longer searching for who's at fault and all this stuff, but I'm just simply asking myself, why am I agreeing to this result? And And when I ask that, my brain's like, well, I'm not agreeing to this result. Of course, I wouldn't really agree to this result being here. Then I ask myself, okay, what do I want to do then? What do I want to change it? So I'm no longer getting into the whole discussion of because of this and because of that and explaining how and all of this stuff. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just saying, okay, if I don't want to agree to the situation happening in my life, then I want to do something about it. What am I going to do? How am I going to change? Right? And start searching for solutions. And it might be that my brain starts then saying, well, you can't really do that. You can't really do that. Then I can ask myself, why am I not trusting myself to be able to solve the situation? And that's it. And then when we start telling ourselves that, well, I can't trust myself to solve the situation if I don't agree to have this result in my life, then I know what to do, right? I'm no longer sitting around and searching all the ways of how it happened and why it happened and all of this, even though that might be important to know. But what is even more important, obviously, that we want to address is if we're not agreeing to that, what are we going to do about it? So that's why search for any areas or any results in your life that you're having that you don't really like, that you complain about, or that you judge yourself for it, or that you pity yourself for it, whatever the experience of life that you're having now, ask yourself, why are you agreeing to that? And if your answer is like, no, I'm not agreeing to that and I don't want to agree to that, then what are you going to do next? How are you going to solve it? Because I feel like this agreeing to is like a wake up call, a bit like, for instance, imagine in a larger scale, right? If we are uh, being a bystander of something grave happening somewhere else, if we're not doing anything, then obviously we will be implicitly agreeing with that, what's happening. And the only way to change that is by us acting and do something against that, or doing something to stop that, or whatever it is, to show how we are not agreeing with what's happening. The same way only applied to us individually, right? So whatever is that is happening in our lives that we think we don't like and we want this to change, one of the fastest way to get you to realize how you can change it, I think, is by asking yourself, why are you agreeing to your suffering that you're experiencing? I don't know, at least in my brain, this is working, and I thought I should just share with you before I forget in my head. But anyway, so if you do not want to be suffering and if you do not want to be having the result that you have currently in your life, whether it's work life or personal life, whatever it is, ask yourself, why are you agreeing to experiencing this? And if your brain says, no, I don't want to agree, I'm not agreeing, then what are we going to do to solve it? That's it. And then you start solving it by coaching yourself or getting coached. So, my dears, I hope this was helpful. Anyway, I got so excited that I wanted to share it with you. I'm hoping that you are doing well. I am celebrating, as you see, the new year with my family, at least over WhatsApp messages and videos. And also tomorrow, we're celebrating the new year in Italy with my friends. So the spring is coming up, and I'm hoping also soon to go to Ukraine to hug my friends and be there with my loved ones. Let's see if it works out, but I'm very hopeful that I can do that soon. So until then, I will be probably showing up on live here to be talking to you about different crazy ideas that I'm having as I coach my brain and as I coach my clients. Okay, my dears, see you next time. Bye.